Start.
Hi guys, how's everyone? How are you doing today? I hope you're fine. In today's tutorial, I want to show you how to cut Princess Dart Bustier blouse. This will be a full tutorial, so join me. This is the starting point of the Princess Dart Bustier blouse. I'm using my measurement. The shoulder is 16 inches divided by 2. You have 8 inches. 1 inch shoulder slope. I'm connecting the shoulder slope to the tip of the paper. I want to measure the armhole now. The armhole is 8 inches. That is half of the shoulder measurement. I'm measuring 8 inches here to connect the armhole. So this is the chest line or the armhole line. I want to measure my bust point now. From the shoulder to the bust point is 10.5. Shoulder to under bust 14.5. Shoulder to half length 18 inches. Shoulder to hip 25 inches plus the allowance. So I'm going to rule a line. That is the bust line, under bust line, waistline, and hip line. My bust span measurement is 5 inches. That is 4.5 inches plus half inch. 5 inches. So I'm taking the 5 inches all around. I'll then roll the line. Remember, it's a Princess Dart Bustier blouse. I'm looking for the midpoint at the armhole. The armhole measurement is 8 inches. The midpoint is 4 inches. So this is the bust line. I'll come down by 1 inch. I'll go up from the bust line by 1 inch. This is the under bust line. I'll take a dart of 2 inches. 2 inches at the waist. 2 inches at the hip. I'll roll the line. So I'm going to use my armhole cuff to connect from these 2 inches dart to 1 inch under bust point here. That's from the 2 inches of the dart to the 1 inch. Remember, this is the bust point. So I'll connect from here, from this 1 inch up. Remember, this is 1 inch up and 1 inch down. I've connected the one for 1 inch down. So I want to connect the 1 inch up to the midpoint. That's how I'm joining the line here. I'll then come down from the midpoint. I'll come down by 1 inch. I'll connect it to the 1 inch above the bust line. You can connect it this way and later blend the line, but I want to use the curve ruler to join it. Then I'll come up from this line. I'll come up by 2 inches. So this is my breast cup. This is my breast cup. I have to blend this line. From the center of the blouse, I'll come in by 1/2 inch. Then I'll roll the line. From 1 inch under the bust line here, I'll connect the breast cup at the center. If you don't have the cup ruler, you can use your ruler or you can use a free hand. So I'm taking the circumference of the bust. The bust is 42 inches divided by 4 is 10.5 inches. That's 10.5 inches. I'm adding between 3 or 4 inches allowance. It's better for you to add allowance and trim it off than for you to look for the material to attach. I'll bring in this measurement here. This is 14.5. So I'm taking the same measurement here. This is the waist. Remember the dart is 2 inches plus 1/2 inch. That's 2.5 inches all around. So the waist is 40 inches divided by 4. You have 10 inches plus 4 inches allowance. The hip is 46 divided by 4 is 11.5 plus 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches plus 4 inches allowance. So I want to roll the line here. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. I want the blouse to have a cuff. So I'll come up by 2 inches. Then I'll use my hip cuff ruler to give a good cuff. Remember the extension of 2 inches. So I want to join it here. Why do we have to give 2 inches extension? So that as you are joining the blouse, it will not be short. So I'm going to measure the neck width. the neck width is 4.5 inches, and the neck depth is 6.5 inches. You mark 1 inch here. You can mark 1.5 inches depending on what you want. So that is the neck. I want to cut it now. Remember, we are cutting Princess Dart Bustier Blouse. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Press on the notification button to be notified anytime I post a new video. So I'm trimming up the dart now. So this is the pattern of the Bustier blouse. This is the center front. This is the center front. This is the side front. So that's how it is. Let me put it this way too. So that is how the center front look like. I want to cut the back now. So for the back, this is the zipper allowance, 2 inches. Zipper allowance. Don't be in a hurry to go, just watch the video from the beginning to the end. That's the starting point. That is my shoulder measurement. How about the shoulder measurement? Then 8 inches. 1 inch low. If you have been watching my video, this is not a new thing. So at the back, I want to take the bust measurement, the waist measurement, and the hip measurement. For the back, you don't need under bust measurement. It's only at the front. That is the bust measurement, the bust line, waistline, hip line. So I'll measure half of my shoulder measurement here, 8 inches, for me to roll the armhole line. Remember that the midpoint was 4 inches. The bust span was 5 inches all around. You take half inch here, half inch this way at the waistline. Then you connect it to the bust point line. Connect it to the bust line. Connect it here to the hip line. So I want to make a curve. There's a way you curve the back of the Princess That Bustier blouse. You don't make it to be too curvy. It should not be like breast cup. So that's how I place it. If you don't have armhole curve, just use a ruler. As you can see, it's not curvy like the front bust cup. It's not too curvy. You can get this one at any stationery shop. You can get this. This one is not expensive. So I'll come up by 2 inches. I'll still connect the line. Remember the neck width was 4.5 inches. For the neck depth, I want to take 3.5 inches. Remember, it should not be too deep. So I'm connecting it from here to here. Remember the zipper allowance, which is 2 inches. Now I want to take the circumference measurement now. As I said, it's 10.5 inches. 42 divided by 4 plus 3 inches allowance. This is 1 inch plus 10 inches. That is 40 divided by 4. You have 11 inches. 11 inches plus 3 inches allowance. This is 11.5. That's 46 divided by 4 plus 3 inches allowance. Then I use my hip cuff. I'm connecting it this way. It's when I finish that I'm going to trim it off. I would have connected this way, but since it's a bustier blouse, it's a normal armhole measurement. But since it's a bustier blouse, I'm going to connect it this way. So I've connected it that way. I'll come up by 2 inches. I want to cut it off now. This is the back side of it. If you follow my teaching, you can cut it very well and sew it very well. Please leave a comment at the comment section. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Click on the notification button to be notified of any video I'm going to post. So this is a side back. I'm cutting off the dart now. The center bag. I'm cutting the neck side of it. Let me show you one thing at the center bag. If you don't want your cloth to be puffy, you come in by 1 inch at the zipper allowance. Then connect it this way. Connect it to the hip line or a little above the hip line. If you follow this way, after sewing your clothes, the zip will be flat. Note, this point is very, very important. If you want your sewing to be very neat. So this is how it looks like. As you can see, it's flat already. The puffiness is being eliminated. So that is side back. I have a video on the sleeve, so just watch my basic sleeve. So please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, you still have opportunity to do so. Click on the notification button so that anytime I post a new video, you'll be notified of it. So this is all about Princess Dart Bustier Blouse. Thank you so much for watching. Please, I have videos on fashion trend. I have videos on the best wedding gowns. I have the best off-shoulder blouses. I have gowns, maxi gowns, short gowns. Just watch. Go to my channel, go to the playlist, click on it. It will take you to where you can watch the video. Thank you so much. Bye.